Now at 9, one Muncie author is making strides for disabled representation in literature. Find out more about her two-category bestseller.
And the Delphi murder case unfolds. The latest from the suspect's court appearance this morning.
Plus, the federal student loan payments pause extends, when Biden expects the hold to end.
And holiday season has arrived. We'll take a look at toy safety and travel numbers.
A warm Thanksgiving and a rainy holiday weekend. I'll have what you can expect coming up.
Delaware County's only live television newscast from Ball State University's Unified Media Newsroom. You're watching NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening and thanks for being with us. I'm Zach Vance.
And I'm Tara Konieczny.
And we begin tonight with a spotlight on a new author here in Muncie. NewsLink Indiana's Grace Benkowski met with the writer to learn more about her first published book.
An elementary speech therapist, Ball State graduate, and now a new and upcoming children's book author. Those are just a handful of Kim Spence-Bollinger's accomplishments.
Over the years, I've worked with many children with disabilities, but I also have a disability myself.
Spence-Bollinger, who has cerebral palsy, has also been involved in educating communities about disability awareness through organizations like Shiners and Young Champions. As a speaker at these events hosted by these organizations, Spence-Bollinger wanted to give children something to remember her lessons by.
I thought it would be nice to have something physical, tangible for the kids to have.
Her ideal takeaway? A book.
But when I went to look for a book to present to the kids when I did those presentations, there really weren't very many books out there that featured children with disabilities as the main character of the story.
Spence-Bollinger took her personal experiences as well as her passion of disability awareness and combined them through 14 months of hard work to create her first children's book, Kids of Courage Camp Adventures, Kim's Challenge. The 32-page story was released on November 10th and has already been ranked #1 new paperback release on Amazon in the United States.
It's a big sense of accomplishment once you reach that launch day.
The book takes readers on a journey with Kim, a young girl with cerebral palsy, while she raises money for Camp You Belong and creates a plan to compete in the annual charity bike race. Spence-Bollinger encourages all parents to have books on their shelves that have diverse and inclusive main characters like Kim. In Muncie, Grace Benkowski, NewsLink, Indiana.
And you can find Spence-Bollinger's book on Amazon.com as well as other new releases she's planning in the near future.
And today was, I feel like, the perfect weather. Not too cold. I just had to wear a light jacket.
Yeah, absolutely. I was kind of in a sweatshirt all day between classes. It was so much nicer to spend this last week or so.
Yeah, and that's right. Hope, what can you tell us about the upcoming weather for this holiday week?
Yeah, you guys are right. Today was a nice day outside and those above average temperatures will continue. Right now, though, we're at 45 here in Muncie, 40 in Indianapolis, 34 down in Terre Haute, and in St. Louis, they're at 42 degrees right now. We saw lots of sunshine today and clearing conditions will continue. Coming up in my full weather forecast, I'll be tracking a mild week ahead of us along with a warm Thanksgiving, but we do have some rain in store for the weekend. I'll have all the details coming up.
Thank you, Hope. And the man accused of killing 2 teenage girls in Delphi made a court appearance this morning.
Richard Allen's hearing was to determine if some of his affidavits, including probable cause, should remain sealed. The judge says she will make a decision at a later date. 13-year-old Abigail Williams and 14-year-old Liberty German disappeared while hiking on the Delphi Historic Trails in February of 2017. Their bodies were found the following day in a wooded area. A national search for their killer lasted nearly 6 years before Allen was eventually arrested. The 50-year-old is now charged with 2 counts of murder.
The U.S. Supreme Court has cleared the way for the IRS to release former President Trump's tax returns to a Democratic-led House committee. The move is a loss for Trump, who has sought to shield the release of his tax returns and is currently under multiple investigations. The previous president's legal team turned to the Supreme Court, which includes 3 of his nominees after he lost at the lower court level. During the Trump administration, the IRS resisted turning the returns over. The case moved slowly until 2021, when the Justice Department concluded that the IRS was obligated to comply with the request. A Trump-appointed judge ruled in the House's favor late last year, and the D.C. Circuit Court of Appeals refused to reverse that ruling.
The Biden administration is yet again extending the pause on federal student loan payments. That's according to a source familiar with the plan. The benefit began in March of 2020 to help people who are struggling financially due to the pandemic. The source said the Department of Education will announce it's extending the freeze another 6 months, with the first payments due 2 months after June 30th. That's unless a U.S. Supreme Court decision on the president's student loan relief program comes first. The Biden administration previously said the most recent extension would be the last, and payments were scheduled to restart in January. The program has not yet been implemented as it faces several legal challenges.
Indonesia's President Joko Widodo says the government will give compensation to earthquake victims and their families. Over 100 people have died after a 5.6 magnitude earthquake in the country's West Java province toppled homes and buildings. Widodo says the amount of compensation would vary depending on the severity of the damages, adding that houses should now be built as earthquake-resistant buildings. Dr. Anthony Fauci gave his last White House briefing before stepping down from his official positions.
Today, Fauci said while the COVID-19 pandemic was an important part of his 4-decade career, it was only a small fraction of his work. But he did advise people to protect themselves from the virus once again.
My message, and my final message, maybe the final message I give you from this podium, is that please, for your own safety, for that of your family, get your updated COVID-19 shot as soon as you're eligible to protect yourself, your family, and your community.
According to a statement released by Fauci, he will, quote, continue to advance science and public health.
CDC data shows just 7% of the roughly 131 million visits to the emergency departments in 2020 involved any mention of COVID-19. That includes about 3% that were formally tested or screened. Identification of COVID-19 cases in emergency departments increased after the creation and implementation of the diagnosis code. In all, roughly 1 in 5 adults visited an emergency department for any reason in 2020. Infants younger than 1 year old and seniors 75 and older had the highest rates.
As cold and flu season kicks into higher gear, finding the right medication might be tough. Health officials say there is a severe shortage of products including Tamiflu and certain antibiotics, which are used to treat issues like the flu, sore throats, and ear infections. According to the American Society of Health System Pharmacists, it's not a manufacturing problem. Demand is higher than usual for this time of year. The CDC says more than half of the country has either high or very high classifications for respiratory virus activity.
After the break, local businesses prepare for the holiday season, why they want you to shop locally.
And a major social network company postpones their subscription plans. Find out which one next.
Riding the bus is an easy thing to do. Last year, we carried 60,000 riders from the Ball State area. 50,000 of those were students. Anywhere you want to go, MITS will take you there.
So, I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Welcome back. Black Friday is less than a week away, and big-name brand companies are already starting their deals. According to the National Retail Foundation, last year 88 million shoppers made online purchases.
But there are some businesses in your backyard getting ready for the big day. NewsLink Indiana's Kennedy Court has the latest.
You are looking for the perfect present this holiday season? You might not have to look so far. Local businesses are urging shoppers to look small rather than buying from retail giants. White Rabbit Used Books celebrates the holidays with discounted books and a temporary new location. Derek Edwards, shop manager and owner, says,
Well, we are a locally owned business, so it helps the local economy more than the big box stores do. Also, you get much more personal service here. I mean, we care about our customers and we do everything we can to make them happy. Well, sadly, books are not a great holiday gift anymore, apparently. You're in an electronic age.
Screen Embroidery has deals all year long. Store manager Stephen Milburn II shared this local business's philosophy on holiday shopping.
When you make custom things, everybody wants something. People getting custom stockings, people getting kits to give away for Christmas gifts. Most of it is local, either Indianapolis, Fort Wayne, Muncie, and all the surrounding areas.
So as you write your list to Santa this year, make sure to include some local businesses. In Muncie, Kennedy Court, NewsLink, Indiana.
Shopping local is giving back to your community. For more information, visit ballstatedaily.com.
And it's the start of the holiday season, and that means parents will soon start shopping for toys for their children. But not all toys are safe for kids. About 200,000 children end up in emergency rooms each year with toy-related injuries. Senator Richard Blumenthal of Connecticut and members of the Connecticut Children's Medical Center showed examples of some dangerous toys at a briefing today. They say parents should especially be wary of toys that include magnets, balloons, or button batteries.
And also with the start of the holiday season comes more travelers, especially this week for Thanksgiving. The Federal Aviation Administration says more than 48,000 flights are scheduled for today, and officials say they may see up to 2.5 million travelers tomorrow. If so, that will set a high not seen since the COVID-19 pandemic struck. The airline industry has also been dealing with staffing shortages, which forced the cancellation of tens of thousands of flights over the summer. So far, the weather has been favorable and hasn't caused a significant number of delays or cancellations this week.
Elon Musk says he is taking a pause in Twitter's paid verification plan. The chief executive of Twitter says he needs to iron out problems that built up after he rolled out the plan earlier this month. The social media site got swamped with accounts pretending to be famous people and brands. Key advertisers have bolted from Twitter since Musk took over and the subsequent chaos that has ensued. Musk says the $8 a month verification plan will start back up on November 29th, but analysts say it's unclear if he'll actually meet that deadline.
And another major company is hoping to see changes soon. Shortly after Disney announced Bob Iger as CEO, he issued a memo outlining a reconstructuring plan yesterday. He says it will put decision-making back in the hands of creative teams in the matter of months. Since last year, Disney has lost more than a third of its value. Much of that is due to the streaming service Disney Plus, which despite gaining subscribers, lost $1.5 billion last quarter. Stakeholders in the company hope Iger can reignite some of the magic he brought to the company when he oversaw the acquisition of Pixar, Marvel, and Lucasfilm.
And now before we go to break, a little bit of sneak peek of weather with Hope.
Warm temperatures now, and they'll continue into the weekend along with rain chances. I'll have the details coming up after the break.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid
knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Emotes say a lot, but they can't say it all. Think your guildmate is struggling? Try these dialogue options. Go beyond emotes. Check in with your guildmates at seizetheawkward.org.
Every day,
millions of people are connecting.
And even though we're overcoming obstacles,
watching each other's backs,
and banding together,
we should still make an effort.
To get to know each other
on a deeper level. Father,
cosplayer,
mentor,
actor.
It's time we take a step forward.
It's time we take a step forward.
Come together
and discover
how accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
Welcome back. The time is now 9:16 and you're taking a live look outside at the Ball State Foundational Science Building. And today, Zach, was a beautiful sunny day. Definitely a good weather for a late November day.
Absolutely. One that's kind of unexpected a little bit too, but certainly not unwelcome. And Hope, how's that going to look for the rest of the week here?
Yeah, you guys are right. Today was a beautiful day outside, and those warm temperatures will continue. Today we hit a high of 56 degrees here in Muncie. That's above our average for this time of year, as our average is around 49 degrees, not quite near that record set back in 1900 of 74 degrees. Looking at our current temperatures right now, 45 here in Muncie, 40 degrees in Indianapolis, 34 in Terre Haute, and 41 down in Evansville. And as we look at our radar, we saw lots of sunshine today, and those clear conditions are still sticking around, but we do have a change in that as rain showers are on the way for the weekend. I have that coming up in just a bit. But for tonight, we'll stay clear as we drop down to a low of 30 degrees. Those winds on the light side coming out of the southwest around 5 to 10 miles per hour. If you're planning on going home tomorrow or have any holiday travel plans, tomorrow is the perfect day to do it, as we'll have plenty of sunshine throughout the entire day. 32 degrees at 8 a.m., warming up to 51 by your noontime hour, and then 53 degrees at 5 p.m., although we'll hit a high of around 58 degrees around 3 p.m., and those light southwesterly winds around 5 to 10 miles per hour throughout the day. Thanksgiving is 2 days away, and the perfect forecast is in store. A high of 60 degrees for your Thanksgiving day, and those cloudy skies will stick around, but we could see some rain showers entering the picture in the later evening hours, although those will not affect your lunch or dinner plans, but you definitely want to grab an umbrella if you plan on leaving late after those plans. And if you're planning on going Black Friday shopping, also a great day to do that, as at 6 a.m. we could see some scattered rain showers, so you definitely want to grab a rain jacket or an umbrella as you head out. 45 degrees, and then around 10 a.m. those mostly cloudy skies will stick around. 46 degrees at 10 a.m. and then by 2 p.m. those mostly cloudy conditions will stick around, and 49 degrees at 2 p.m. Timing out those rain chances for you, you see these clouds starting to build into the area around 8 p.m. on Wednesday. Cloudy conditions linger into Thursday, but you should not see any rain chances for your Thanksgiving Day plans. And then those rain chances enter the picture around 10 p.m. on Thursday, and then those start to clear up on Friday and stay clear on Saturday until rain chances enter the picture on Sunday. And these will be more widespread as they'll stick around the area throughout much of the day on Sunday, but then will push eastward by the end of the day on Sunday. Looking at your mid-7-day forecast, above average temperatures throughout most of the week. 58 for your day tomorrow with plenty of sunshine, 60 for your Thanksgiving Day, and then rain chances entering the picture throughout most of the week. And we could see highs only in the mid-50s throughout most of the week before dropping down into the 40s come the start of next week. So great Thanksgiving Day temperatures, but of course those rain showers might put a damper on things for the weekend, but definitely still a great time to be with family and friends.
Yeah, it looks like we might even get the chance to go outside, maybe play some football.
Absolutely,
yeah,
especially
with the family, maybe on Thanksgiving. That's
absolutely,
rare.
especially some of the outside stuff in Indiana. It's very
Yeah.
hit or miss on the Thanksgiving, and it's going on to the Black Friday as well.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not one of the ones going to be camping out overnight, but I'll I'll absolutely be hanging out in some long lines.
Yeah, hey, if you're planning on camping out, you definitely want to grab an umbrella because we'll have those rain showers, but then they'll start to clear up throughout the day.
Awesome. Thank you, Hope. We appreciate it. And now on to Brendan with sports.
Hey, thanks guys. The results of how the MAC Volleyball Championship unfolded, as well as an update on football with bowl eligibility on the line. All that and more next in sports.
Here's your sandwich, miss.
Oh, thank you.
And your burger.
Awesome, thank you.
And your bowl of boiling water, sir.
After retiring from the NFL, I've been able to spend a lot more time coaching my daughter's basketball teams. It's something I love to do. Through our games and our tournaments, we see all types of coaching, good and bad. And it begs the question, do we really know who's coaching our kids? Do they have the proper training and screening it would take for me to be comfortable with my daughters playing for that coach? Our Youth Basketball Association made the decision to use trusted coaches to screen and train all of our coaches. I'm a trusted coach. Are you?
So if one cat has 4 kittens who reproduce every 6 months, how many cats will there be in 5 years? Who's got it? Is this... What is that? Seriously? Who threw that?
Cats are terrible at math, but they sure do multiply. Please spay, neuter, and adopt.
The solution is 10.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Brendan Mullet with sports. One Ball State program looks for another championship on the season. NewsLink Indiana's Isaiah Rosner sat down with the squad as they moved one step closer to their goal.
Ball State women's volleyball took on Central Michigan yesterday in the MAC tournament semifinal at Worthen Arena. Ball State down 1-0 after the first set before roaring back to take 3 straight to punch their ticket to the championship match.
I felt really pleased with our group of how we made adjustments on the fly. We're able to do some different things defensively, adjustment-wise, that I felt like made all the difference, but really tough.
The squads faced off twice during the regular season, with Central Michigan taking both. Junior Kate Snyder feels Ball State has improved greatly since.
I think we've grown a lot since we played them the first time, both like team-wise and individually. So that was nice to see like those matchups and how those compare to the first time.
Snyder instrumental in the win, notching a game-high 21 kills. Another player with a big day, senior Marie Plitt. Plitt records 15 kills and a block on the day, but gives teammate Maggie Huber credit for her success.
Megan does a great job running her offense. I think that she spread the ball and she did a good job of giving me one-on-one situations, and the passing did a great job of allowing for Megan to be able to set the middles. So, I don't know, it was just a good overall win.
The Cardinals set to take on the Bowling Green Falcons tonight for the MAC Championship. In Muncie, Isaiah Rosner, NewsLink, Indiana.
Sticking with Ball State women's volleyball, the Cardinals took on the Bowling Green Falcons in the MAC Championship tonight. The two squads come into the tournament as the co-MAC regular season champions. Ball State able to capture the first set, but drops the next 2 and is forced to claw their way back into the matchup, down as much as 4 scores in their 4th set victory. But it is Bowling Green able to stay the course in the 5th and capture the MAC tournament championship and a bid to the NCAA tournament. Ball State football looks to extend their season as they face off against the Red Hawks of Miami, Ohio in the Red Bird rivalry. Both teams on the search for one more win as each squad heads into the contest with a record of 5-6. 1 win shy of bowl eligibility. With a rivalry game that already has high stakes, a win for the Cardinals would make them bowl eligible for 3 straight years, a feat that has never been done in the history of Ball State football. That matchup unfolds as we speak as the Cardinals are up 17-6 in the 3rd quarter. As Ball State football finishes up play before Thanksgiving break, the men and women's basketball programs hit the road and maybe even the sea. The Cardinal women readied for a road trip to the state of Utah for a pair of games. Tomorrow night, Ball State will face off with Utah State Aggies in Logan at 4 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. The Cardinals will take on BYU in Provo with tip-off set for 4 p.m. as well. On the men's side, Ball State will head out to the Bahamas for the Baha Mar Hoops Nassau Championship for a slate of 3 straight games on Friday to Sunday. Switching over to national sports news, Qatar's last-minute decision to ban alcohol at World Cup stadiums has left Budweiser with loads of extra beer. But the brewer has come up with an innovative way to offload it. The company tweeted that it will ship the unsold beers to the winning country for an ultimate championship party. The ban came just 2 days before the World Cup was set to kick off in Qatar after millions of dollars was spent by Budweiser for the exclusive rights to the games. The World Cup runs through December 18th, so we'll have to see who the lucky winner will be for all that Bud. And guys, it's kind of nice that, the men for over Thanksgiving break, get to go to the Bahamas. Probably a little bit of nicer weather than here in Indiana, don't you think?
Yeah, for sure. And I'm really jealous. I want to ask them if I could go with.
I know. I wish I could go too. I would even be the water boy for this team just to be able to be with that weather for the Thanksgiving break.
Absolutely. Things like that make me start rethinking my major choices and what I'm doing here.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Brendan. After the break, we'll take a look at our anchor pick.
And we'll have a final check at your weather forecast. Stay with us.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Never gonna let you go. Never gonna let
Just like the rules to surviving Zombieland, there are steps you can take to be prepared for an emergency.
It's the right thing to do.
Talk with your family to make a plan. Look for safe areas to meet up if separated. And stock up on supplies. It's never too early to get prepared, so start now.
Right now?
Right now. You can't predict emergencies, but you can be ready.
You're welcome, America.
Visit ready.gov today to learn more.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back, and it's time for us to now take a look at our anchor pick for the day.
Firefighters in Coldwater, Michigan saved a puppy from a fentanyl overdose on Saturday. The puppy was named Whip and was brought to the station by his owners after he had gotten to a fentanyl patch in their home. The firefighters gave the puppy 2 doses of Narcan and was able to save him. The station has been sending out live updates through their Facebook page, and they reported that Whip is now stable and back at home.
Oh, the puppy was so cute. I'm so glad the firefighters knew what to do and they took care of it.
Yeah, absolutely. He was able to make him. There's a tiny little dog, too.
I know. It was hard to see.
There's no ways more than a year, maybe 2. Not even 2. Less than a year.
Yeah, interesting that they took it to a fire department, though.
Yeah, I say, quick think on the owners, I guess, but it's...
And the fact that the firefighters knew what to do. That surprises me.
Well, that's all we're going to have for us today. Now on to Weather with Hope.
Yeah, we have above average temperatures for quite some time, 58 for your day tomorrow with plenty of sunshine, 60 degrees for your Thanksgiving day. Cloudy conditions should stick out throughout much of the day until rain chances enter into the later evening hours. And then rain chances continue throughout most of the weekend with the best chance of rain on Sunday. And then temperatures dropping back into the 40s by the start of next week.
And that's all for tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to join us again next Monday on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page.
And for news anytime, anywhere, go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night.